A little baby girl was born to Deepa and Jacob, and surprisingly, like other newborns, the baby didn't cry. She sang. And Deepa, with a certain intuition, named her after the most beautiful of all the Hindustani ragas, Asawari. Asawari grew up like any other girl for the first few years of her life, laughing, skipping, cycling, and of course singing at the top of her voice, whether anyone wanted to hear or not. In the initial years, Asawari displayed an uncanny ear for music and had a voice to match. Even her teachers were amazed at the little girl's talent, and she was soon winning awards at various competitions and was selected to be a part of many groups and choirs. She spread joy through her music and decided it was going to be her life. She had a dream and shared it with Deepa one night. Now it was their dream. Asawari was going to be a singer and sing at venues around the world. That became her life, her focus. That became Deepa's life and Deepa's focus. And soon, the two of them were working towards shaping a budding singing career, selecting appropriate music, connecting with teachers. They traveled from Kannur to Bangalore, often in search of a singing teacher. Initially, she started training in Hindustani classical music. Under constant guidance, Asawari started realizing the promise of her early talent and was improving every day as a singer. She was diligent and self-motivated and woke up at the crack of dawn to practice her music. One winter morning, while practicing the piano, she felt a little feverish but kept playing. For the next few days, the fever wouldn't go away, but she wouldn't stop playing. On the 16th of December 2007, Asawari was taken to Vellore Medical College, and there, the parents' worst fears were confirmed. She had a rare and almost incurable form of leukemia. Jacob and Deepa were devastated. But they decided to fight. They knew it was going to be long and painful. And for the next 5 years, the family did just that, traveling between Kannur, Bangalore, Vellore, and Germany. They fought every minute of the battle bravely, and the little girl never lost focus. Her life was still her music. While her ailing body was being ravaged by injections, chemicals, and operations, her mind was floating in a happy world filled with music, singing, and laughter. Whether it was at the cancer hospital in Germany or at the Vellore Medical College, she would always rise above the extreme physical pain to play the piano every morning. The joy of music was easing the pain of cancer. Her body was subjected to extreme levels of chemotherapy during the treatment. With her body weakened and just 2 days before the crucial first transplant, she was asked to accompany a German music band at the Tübingen Children's Hospital. She stood before the entire gathering and sang a heart-rending version of the appropriately chosen song, You Raise Me Up. Sentimental video of the performance spread like a virus across the internet, and in a short while it had 500,000 hits. There was always a piano by her bedside, and she loved entertaining the other patients at the hospital. She always believed music could cure anything. At most of the trying moments, the doctors always wished it could cure her. The transplant was declared successful, and in a few weeks the overjoyed parents and daughter were ready to head back to a normal life in Kannur. Asawari was soon back at school doing what she loved, singing, playing the piano, and of course entertaining. A few months later, Bangalore's well-known music teacher Asawari heard Asawari performing Colors of the Wind and agreed to take her on as a student, which was a turning point in her music education. July 2011, she relapsed, and the doctors asked her to be admitted immediately. She begged the doctor for just 3 days to complete her grade 5 singing exams. He agreed. She went off to Bangalore, where she sang Close Every Door, which got an unprecedented score of 100 upon 100. By August 2011, she had to return to Germany for a second transplant, which was even more complicated than the first. But she made sure she sang through her pain. Asawari's talent and love for music was soon well known in the little German town of Tübingen. And one day, the opera trainer Gabriel came to visit her. She took on Asawari as a pupil. She turned out to be an unusual student and mastered some complex Italian and German opera pieces very quickly. She even went on stage to meet the legendary opera singer Jose Carreras. It looked like her music was helping her recovery. Miraculously, the second transplant was declared a success and the family flew back to India. A few days later, she entertained her schoolmates with another soul-touching version of How Do I Live? Which ironically was the last song she sang at the school. A few days later, Asawari contracted high fever and was asked to be admitted to the ICU immediately. But all she wanted to do was one more class with Nisia before she went to hospital. This time the infection was severe and life was draining out of her already withered body. She suffered silently for weeks, and every now and then her fingers reached out for the bedside piano and her lips tried to sing one more time. When she couldn't anymore, she called Deepa close and whispered, "Why me, Mama?" Asawari finally passed on to a heaven full of singing angels on the 7th of October 2012. Maybe that's where she was supposed to be anyway. In a short life, she taught us all a lesson of how to rise above our circumstances and focus on where we want to be. We need to rise above the forces that pull us down. We need to defy gravity.
Something is strange.